Hello. Today we're going to look at a French defense. The ECO code is C00. This will be a blitz game. And the themes will be what to do after losing a piece and using your king as an extra piece. So I'm playing black in this game and start with E4, E6. Normally I play the Carol Con, but I thought I'd play something different this time. E5, D5, D4, C5. C3, knight to C6, and knight to F3, queen to B6. In this variation, the D4 square is the key square for black. He wants to take control of this square and make some exchanges there, and that'll be his focus of his game. White plays knight to A3, A6, bishop to E2, C takes D4, C takes D4, and bishop to B4 check. White played bishop to D2, and now knight takes D4. This isn't the best move, but that's what I played. And white retook, and now I played queen takes D4, a very bad move. White played queen A4 check, bishop to D7 blocking the check, and queen takes B4. I've now dropped a bishop for a pawn, and out of frustration I went ahead and took. He retakes with his bishop, and now I play knight to E7, and he plays bishop takes E7. I retake, and white castles. So at this point I'm down a piece. I asked myself, what am I going to do? So I came up with the idea that I'm going to advance my my F pawn, assuming white will exchange, and then I will use my king and these three center pawns to move up the board and hopefully find some counterplay and use my king as the extra piece. So that's what I have in mind, and I played first rook at A to C8, grabbing the open file. Plays rook at A to C1, F6. Now I'm beginning my plan. He takes, I retake, in G4. E5, H3, king to D6, knight to C2, and now F5. Knight to E3, and F4. Knight to G2, rook at H to F8. Here I'm looking at a possible fork, and of course white sees it and he plays F3. Now I play rook to G8. He plays rook at C to D1. H5. I want to break up the zero on white's king side using my pawn, rook, and bishop to possibly open it up and cause his king some grief. Plays B3, and now I play rook to C2, putting a rook on the 7th rank, or actually the 2nd rank. And it's always good to have a rook there. It causes problems. White responds with bishop to C4 with a double attack from his bishop and rook on my D pawn. I play bishop to C6 defending, plays A4. I play king to E6, moving my king out of the pin. Bishop to D3, attacking my rook. Rook to C3, attacks the bishop and pawn. And bishop to F5, check. I play king to F6, rook to B1. White has countered all my threats there against the bishop and pawn. He's now protecting the B pawn. I played H takes G4, and he responds F takes G4. So now if we take a look, white has two connected passed pawns on the king side, and I have three pawns in the center along with my king. Since my king is much more active than his king, and I've got these three pawns in the center which are all tied together, the position is getting to be fairly even now. The game continued with b5. A takes b5, and now bishop takes b5. The game is now really considered equal according to Fritz and Ripka. And I'm beginning to feel good about my position. White plays rook at f to d1. I push my pawn to d4. He plays h4. Now I play bishop to e2, and I fork his rook and pawn. He plays rook to d2. I take bishop takes g4. He plays bishop takes g4, and now rook takes g4. My rook has pinned his knight to his king. He plays king to h2, moving out of the pin. I play king to f5, protecting my rook and helping to support my pawns. Rook to f1 is played next. Rook takes b3. Now I have 3 pawns for my knight. He plays h5 with the hopes of pushing his pawn down the board and maybe possibly queening it and causing me to lessen my pressure against White's king and moving my pawns up the board. I played f3, which is a mistake. Fortunately, White did not take advantage of it. We're both getting close in time pressure here, so you're going to see a few moves here which are not the best, but that's how the game is played when you play Blitz. He played h6. I played rook to b6, and now h7. These last 3 moves last 2 moves by each player have not been the best moves. But, like I said, that's what happens in Blitz. Sometimes you just make mistakes and you get away with it. Now I played rook to h6 check. Plays king to g1. I play king to e4. Rook to e1 check. And now I played king to d5. And White lost on time. I know it wasn't the best game played, but I think or hope that you've seen how I formed a plan, used my pawns and my king to offset the lost piece I had early in the game, created some counterplay, some initiative, and I won by the clock, but it's still a win. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much.